these senators on the screen, whether they want to contribute to the Senator Osotsi Godfrey.
No, it should be Sifuna first.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to contribute to this very important motion. Mr. Speaker, let me start by thanking my party leader, Honorable Raila Odinga, for the credible effort he put in the campaigns to become the African Union Commission chairperson. Mr. Speaker, as has been said by my colleagues before, Honorable Raila put in a lot of energy, a lot of attention, and a lot of effort in attempts to secure this position. And we know that Honorable Raila has a Pan-African spirit, and he has many friends across Africa. But the effort that he put in was not necessarily reflected in the results, because there were many factors at play. There were national interests, regional interests, and continental interests, and to some extent international interests that came to play. But we thank God that Honorable Raila put in a very credible effort. And as has been said, he withdrew from the race just before they went to the 6th round. And those who have been saying that Raila Odinga does not accept defeat, you saw it for yourself. Raila put the interests of Africa first, because if we had gone to the 7th round, the implication was that the election of the AUC chair was going to be suspended for another 6 months, and therefore putting Africa at risk in terms of management of the African Union. So that was a great show of Pan-Africanism. That was a great show of a person who believes in democracy. And that has always been his stand. We also want to thank the country Kenya for the support that they extended to Honorable Raila Odinga in his campaign. And I want to state very clearly here that Honorable Raila was not persuaded by anyone to vie for the position of AUC chair. Madam Speaker, I had the privilege to accompany Honorable Raila in February 2023 at the height when we were agitating for a number of things, including high prices and all that. And I traveled with him to Abuja, Nigeria. And by then, the conversation had already started on the issue of African Union. So I want to make it very clear that it was not at the instigation of anyone. It was his own decision to vie, and because he belongs to the country Kenya, we want to thank the leadership of the country for agreeing to support him as a country. Mr. Speaker, Raila Odinga is the candidate that Africa needed at this point in time. A candidate or an AUC chair who was going to make huge contribution, especially on matters of infrastructure, which he has huge passion for, on matters of unity, on matters of empowerment of African youth, who comprise over 50% of the population of Africa. Mr. Speaker, the elections have come and gone, and we know who won the election. Let us discuss, let us engage on the results. But we must engage with caution. I have seen people posting names of countries and how they voted. Madam Speaker, it's so difficult to know how countries voted because it is secret ballot. I don't know where they're getting that information. Because when you say so-and-so did not vote for us, it has a risk of getting us into a bigger diplomatic mess. So I want to request those who are telling us how countries voted to go slow on that, because we are going to even get deeper into diplomatic crisis. Madam Speaker, I know some people have been saying Frankfurt never voted. But Madam Speaker, if you look at other elections that happened before the election of AUC chair, we had the election of the permanent representative committees of the AU. If you look at these 4 slots of commissioners that were elected, they were all from the Anglophone countries. We had 2 people from West Africa, that is Nigeria and Ghana, and 2 people from Southern Africa, South Africa, and Eswatini. They are all Anglophone countries. So let's not speculate too much on who voted for who, because we don't have that information. Mr. Speaker, we have seen the reactions, and I want to castigate those members who said here that one of the reasons why we lost is because so many Kenyans went to Addis Ababa. Madam Speaker, I'm one of the people who went to Addis Ababa. I paid for myself. I paid for my flight, I paid for my accommodation, and I paid for everything. And I know many, many other people, especially from the ODM party. Some even traveled by bus through Moyale to go. And the reason why they went there is because of the love for Baba. It was because of love for Baba. So let no one start a narrative here that people are paid for to go and witness the election of AUC. That is not true, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I know there are those who are celebrating. They have their own reasons to celebrate. And they have the freedom to make a decision on which way and celebrate on which way to go. But I just wish that Kenyans, we come together whenever we go on the international scene. Madam Speaker, there are countries which are divided, but whenever they go to the international scene, they come together. I can give you an example of Nigeria, which is historically divided between the north and the south. But when the national team of Nigeria, the Super Eagles, is playing, even Boko Haram stops fighting. The east, the north, and the south, they are all together. I think that's the culture that this country needs to adopt. I'm not saying those who are celebrating did a bad thing. They have their own right to do that. I know some of the people who are celebrating, they are actually Baba's supporters. Not all of them are anti-Baba. So they have a right to celebrate. But I just want to insist that whenever we go on the international scene, let us display patriotism and love for each other. Madam Speaker, let me now come to what people have been debating. And I want to speak as the ODM deputy party leader. That please, those who are speculating about our next move, please give us a break. ODM is a strong party with a strong leader. We are reflecting, and when we make a decision, it will not be because Cheregei has told us how to act. It will not be because some people on the streets are telling us how to, our next move. The decisions that the party makes are processed through the party organs of the party. So let people stop speculating to tell us, oh, now we are going to go this direction. ODM is not a village party. This is a serious party that has structures and a party that makes decision through consultation. Give us time. We are reflecting, but the most important and primary task we have as a party is to continue with the process of strengthening our party. And in the next few days, we are going to do that by having meetings in Western Kenya, Bungoma and Busia. So those who are speculating and saying, oh, Nadiko, oh, what? We have not reached that stage. Anyone who wants to talk to ODM knows where to start. You start by talking to Baba. And you start by engaging the structures of the party. You don't go on the street and start telling us, oh, now ODM, now we think the next thing you need to do is this and this. We are telling you, if you are sending those boys, Akina Cheregei and the others, tell them ODM is such a serious party that he knows what to do.
Honorable Senator, you know the parliamentary language when you are referring to your colleagues. Can you withdraw the reference of use of term boys to
Madam
describe
Speaker,
a senator?
Madam Speaker, I'm sorry for that. I withdraw.
Withdraw.
But I was just demonstrating a point. Madam Speaker, I was demonstrating a point.
What's your point of order, Senator Methu? Yes, proceed. Proceed, Senator Osotsi.
Madam Speaker, I would not have wanted to interrupt the Deputy Party Leader of ODM Party. I'm rising pursuant to Standing Order 105, responsibility for a statement of fact. Now that, Honorable Speaker, we want to follow the debate and we want to understand where the Deputy Party Leader of ODM is coming from, and he's a senior official in the party. May I ask that he expound so that for our own consumption and for our own knowledge, who are these people that he's referring that are sending boys to their party? I think it is fair that he expounds so that we are able to follow the conversation and follow the debate.
Senator Osotsi, can you elaborate?
You know, Senator
But without
Methu,
the reference of the word boys, because that name has been withdrawn.
I withdraw the word the boys. But, you know, Senator Methu is such a very intelligent leader. And you have been reading newspapers. You have been following social media. And you have heard people make statements in the media regarding what the next steps of ODM should be. I made reference to Senator Cheregei, who has even come out, even on the floor of this house, to even allocate positions to our party. In the morning, in his contribution, he said that they are going to allocate this kind of position in the party. That is why I was making reference to say that please, speculators and our competitors from either side, please give us a break. We know what we are doing. We knew that in this election there can only be two results, either a win or a loss. And we were prepared for that. So give us a break. We are an organized party. We are a big party. And the ODM does not implement its decision based on public hallucination or perception. We make concrete decisions that are for the betterment of our membership. And that is the position, Madam Speaker.
What is your point of order, Senator Boni?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Indeed, I heard the Senator for Nyandarua very well. Could the Chair please invite Senator Osotsi to respond to that point of order? His point of order was, who is sending the boys? That is the clarification we wanted. Once you tell us those boys, it doesn't matter whether you call them boys or what.
Boni,
but once you tell us, yes, sir, man.
We have restrained the use of unparliamentary language. The term boys
Okay.
is withdrawn.
So,
Don't use it again.
yeah. The point of order, Madam Speaker, was the identity of the person